We are on board the AEM Manufacturing Express right here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and we're joined by none other than Congressman Don Davis from the 1st Congressional District. Congressman, thank you for being on board the AEM Manufacturing Express.
Kip, this is an awesome express here, and I'm glad to be on the Manufacturing Express.
Well, and you also happen to be one of our 2024 champions of the industry. You're getting that award today, and a lot of that is due to the hard work that you've been putting in, not only representing your district, but helping to strengthen our industry and strengthen communities in the 1st Congressional District. So maybe we start off by talking a little bit about what does manufacturing and equipment manufacturing mean to your district?
When you think about manufacturing, equipment manufacturing in the 1st Congressional District of North Carolina, in North Carolina, broadly speaking, I want to put the face of what this means. This means jobs, real opportunities for people, and especially when you move into the 1st Congressional District, rural areas, rural America. We represent rural America. Places such as Cummings, you're talking 2,000 jobs alone across the state, 87,000 jobs. This is a way that families are able to make ends meet, send their children to school. This is really important work, and I'm super excited to be able to receive the award. But more importantly, to stay in this fight for the people, especially of rural America and beyond.
No, and we're glad that you're in the fight, sir. And you mentioned rural communities. So much of the impact that our industry has is on rural communities. That's where most of our member companies are located, and a lot of rural communities in your district. Tell us a little bit about maybe the 1st Congressional District and what's important to the district, and then maybe a little bit about your work here in Washington.
That's right. When I think about the 1st Congressional District, we're in 19 counties, northeast, eastern part of North Carolina, very much rural. And when we see real opportunities, for instance, Cummings making real investments over $580 million, that is significant for us. It's a game changer. And not only a game changer, it's a life changer for so many families. And that's why it's so important for me to get in these fights here and to make sure that we're championing equipment manufacturing. When I think about the work we've done, the bills we've sponsored, HR 414, investing in rural manufacturing, all this is important. When we talk about getting credits out the door, grants, and so forth, we have to look at real investments so that we can help equipment manufacturers along the way to be successful. And to overcome the challenges sometimes that we see out there. And hey, we're all in. I'm super excited. And, we're going to continue to stay in this fight, for Eastern North Carolina. Again, our part of the state, we tend to see a lot of challenges. North Carolina is an amazing state. Incredible. I think y'all were just in Salisbury.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
It's a beautiful state.
Yes, it is.
It's a long, large state from the mountains to the coast. So when I think about North Carolina and I think about our part of the state, we tend to have our own unique challenges, and therefore it becomes real opportunities, for when we see equipment manufacturers coming in that's really making a difference in these communities.
No, and of course, we're very grateful that you're in that fight on our behalf, because those small rural communities in the 1st Congressional District, they depend on job creators like equipment manufacturers, and we depend on them to provide communities where we can create those jobs. And speaking of the 1st Congressional District, what is the one thing you wish more people knew about the district?
The district itself, oh God, will have incredible people. The workforce is amazing. We see, however, a lot of young professionals in particular leaving the area looking for other opportunities. So when we talk about equipment manufacturing, making investments in these communities, these are things that allow our young people in particular to have options in which they are able to stay in their home communities and actually raise a family and retire until they have careers and do well. For me, I really love sharing the stories of people in the first congressional district. We're very resilient people.
I like that.
Resilient.
I like that resiliency.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, that's something that we think of ourselves as well. So
Absolutely.
probably why we do so well in the first congressional district. We are on the great American road trip, if you will. We're traveling 22 states, 10,000 miles, more than 80 stops. We're thrilled to be in Washington D.C. today. So let's wrap up with a few road trip themed questions. We'll go easy on you. Favorite road trip memory or a road trip memory that stands out?
So growing up in Eastern North Carolina, my great grandmother, it was a big deal to make a road trip. So she would make biscuits from scratch, ham and cheese biscuits, and you even she would put some molasses on the side. And it was exciting. We looked forward to those road trips. I'm telling you, it didn't matter where we were going. We just knew it was going to be a good trip. And we were
I love
eating
it.
the whole
I'm getting
time,
hungry
so.
right now. I don't need to ask you what your favorite road trip snack is because you've already answered it. Well done, sir. Last question. Favorite road trip song?
Favorite road trip song? I think it's appropriate for the Manufacturing Express.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Oh, come on.
You ask my daughter about my singing abilities and she'll say, "Don't do it, Dad." But,
Okay, so it stops.
but I will tell you, you're the first guest that has ever sung his favorite road trip song. So, Congressman, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being a champion of our industry. More importantly, thank you for standing up for the first congressional district. Common sense solutions to some of our toughest challenges. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.